Greetings, congregation. Welcome to Clergy Talk, the podcast where we chat with fascinating individuals and hope to learn from each other. I'm your curious nun host, Sister Ash, and today we have a special guest joining us. She's a talented actress, producer, dancer, writer, and comedian, Maralyn Facey. You may recognize her as Sister Imperator, but today we're here to introduce you to her new character, Vera, from her latest project, Now What? Imagine the show absolutely fabulous with a twist of Golden Girls and hacks. We'll also explore Maralyn's journey in the entertainment industry from her early days to her current success. And of course, we can't forget to touch on some ghostly topics, which might tickle the fancy of some of you sinners. Maralyn's new TV show is scheduled to start filming in July. While she has some incredible supporters, her team has set up a GoFundMe account to help cover additional filming costs for this groundbreaking production. To show your support, make sure to follow Maralyn on Instagram at Maralyn Facey and check out the links in her bio to donate. Now, grab your martini and get ready for an exciting conversation with Maralyn Facey, only on Clergy Talk. What are they talking about?
I get it.
It's just
When I watch, VK does a lot of these, and you guys are in a different decade, to say the least. And so I watch with great fascination at how incredibly creative you all are. This works like this. And meanwhile, I'm saying to my daughter, what does that do? Can you help me with this? But I think everybody does that. Even when you're on the set and all these kids are so smart and I know everything, and you think, but if I do this part, then what happens to that part? It's like, well, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's so many things to just sit down and learn from each other.
Mhm.
I a long time ago took the time to sit down with my mom and teach her about Facebook.
Oh, good for you.
And
Yes.
that is her favorite thing. That's how she keeps in contact with her friends and family that she doesn't get to see very often.
Right.
And so just little things like that is teaching
Yeah.
each other, I think, are really important. And
I
that's a
think
conversation that we had, last week.
because it's a great gift to be able
Mhm.
to do that. Our generation didn't know anything about Facebook. Then the moment we all got on Facebook, you guys all got off
Yeah.
and went somewhere else because mom, I don't want you. But that's okay because it's asking people to put a stamp on the letter and to get it into the hands of the people you want it to get to. And I like thank you notes. I like handwritten thank you notes. They're very important to me. But I also wouldn't have a chance to keep up with anybody if I did that. Instagram was more about a suggestion from my agent that there were all these people looking for me, and I was beginning to get. I think she got a little overwhelmed, although she is so amazing, she probably never gets overwhelmed. She got a whole bunch of Sister Imperator fan mail because she's listed on IMDb Pro as fan,
Yes.
which of course she is. And she said, "Oh, I've got some fan." I said, "Okay, never mind." She goes, "No, no, I'll be in Hollywood today having an audition with her daughter, who's gorgeous and sweet and I think 6 years old." And I said, "Okay, I'll just drop up and pick it up." So I think, well, there's a bag, like a huge bag. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
and I went, "Oh, and what shall I do with this?" That was
Yes.
the show. Mm. So I like Tobias. I believe in honoring your fans. If they write you and they ask you and they care about something, or a lot of them took pictures and I guess off the internet and then sent the pictures to me, would I please sign them? Certainly,
Oh,
certainly.
that is so sweet.
Yeah, well, it falls into the category of that's the right thing to do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this something that you've experienced in the past? I know that you were on the Second City,
Yeah, Second
right?
City was live. Second
That
City
was
was live.
completely live. So was
Yeah,
this
there's
was this
balls to the
filmed?
wall on that.
What was it like filmed in front of a studio audience and live? What was the format on that?
No, it's live theater. That's how Second
It's
City
completely
started.
live theater. Oh
Live
my
theater.
gosh.
And you would be standing there practically naked, and they would go, "Here's a sentence that has such and such," and you think, "La la," and then after that person does that, and now what? So and so would go over there, and you'd think, "Wow!" But you're so high from doing it. You dust off all your brain cells. You kick into following the way it's supposed to be, and it's fascinating, fascinating, and it serves you well later it certainly served me well working for Ghost, because
Yeah.
you get the script and then the script wasn't the script, because when you work with a genius, and Tobias is such a gifted young man, I make sound, but he is considerably younger than me. You go, okay. And they go, so Maralyn, can you riff on that? I go, yeah, again, no worries, I got it.
Well, yeah, because you had years of experience doing improv. Did you ever do any stand up?
Yes, I did
I
stand up
think I
circuit.
saw a video somewhere of that.
Mm-hmm.
What was your
That was
type
at
of
the
stand up?
comedy store. I tell stories because life is funny,
It
and
is.
the closer the truth it is, the funnier it gets. You know,
Yes.
so the clip you probably saw on IMDb, or you could have seen on YouTube. That was the last time I did the comedy store. That's got to be at least 10 years ago, maybe 12. The problem with stand up now is that it's it's really fast. It's all about jokes, and I
Yes.
like to tell the story because the story is what sticks.
We do need more storytellers, and I really enjoy observational comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's wonderful because yeah, you're along on the journey with the storyteller, and then finally you get to this point and you yes, I totally get what you're talking about. And then that's wonderful to having storytellers like that. Was there something in particular that you liked to talk about during your comedy sessions?
Family, how family makes you.
Family?
There's this line between this and uh-oh.
Right.
This line, you see more like oh. Here's me before the holidays, and here's me edge of sanity after the
Oh
holidays.
yeah, absolutely.
Don't invite great Uncle Walter, but you have to invite great Uncle Walter, and then you have to get rid of great Uncle Walter, who has a tendency to stay and linger. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and he will be spending the night on the couch, probably waking up in the morning, making something from your refrigerator, right? Continuing the party.
Then and if the silver goes missing, you're really going to know where it went.
Yeah. Oh, we all had one of those uncles, so I completely understand that.
And your
Um,
kids, your kids go to college, and then they love to come home, and they say, "Mommy, can I bring so and so?" And you go, "Sure, sure, honey." The house is always open. It's a big old house, happy. And then they'd arrive, and you make your usual. We usually have lobster, actually. And people go, "I'm not eating anything that once had eyes." Okay, could you eat something that had flippers? Could you eat what? And meanwhile, if you don't want to eat what the hostess has prepared, you should bring something for you to eat. But as it is, you can eat an entire box of oyster crackers, as far as I care.
what kind of libations would you enjoy at your holiday parties?
Oh, the only thing that goes with lobster is champagne.
That is true. I was really hoping that you would say that. I've noticed that on your deck for your new show, Now What?
Mhm.
And also there was a video, there's a reel that you had on Instagram that your character in your new project, is it Vera or Vera?
Vera. I
Vera,
love
darling. Yes.
because of
She
course Vera
always
means truth in Latin. Evero.
it
Truth.
couldn't be more perfect for this character. I noticed she always has a little glass. Was that inspired by something? Is there a family member that was inspired by
No,
that
it's
by
inspired
or
by me. Mommy comes home. She's been on the set all day. She would like her martini, please. I don't have ever more than one, but I want that martini, and I want it in that glass. Those Waterford martini glasses that I don't think they make them anymore. They were a fortune. And when I got married years and years ago, people gave you things like that.
Yes.
So this is the last of all of. There's a chip in the edge, and but I don't care because that's Mummy's glass when she comes home after working all day. So martinis are my thing. So yes, Now What is a fabulous new show, and it's new in that it tells all sorts of stories of life with humor and with grace and with a kick in the ass at the same time. And that is what you need to learn and listen to. One of the women who was interested in backing the show, we need all hands on deck, um,
Yes.
said to me, it reminds me of Norman Lear, which is you couldn't have a bigger compliment than that. And I said to her, do you remember in All in the Family when Savvy Davis Jr. kissed Carol O'Connor? And
Big deal.
everybody, no matter where you were in the world or in your age, you remember that. and what you learned then and how you greeted it with you were aghast and there was humor, but there was a genuine, got it. And it made you a little smarter and maybe a little kinder and a little more aware. And that is what Now What is about. And it came about in a way that said, let's do this. Let's just do this. And working with Viv is amazing. Vivian Sievers is a very accomplished little actress, and she is the daughter of Jean Sievers, who is a very successful publicist. She works with Brian Wilson and
Mm.
Jeff Bridges, and she's great. And so we were backstage at the SAG Awards, and she said, oh, my daughter just didn't get this commercial because instead of wanting this kind of kid, they wanted this kind of kid. And I said, oh, honey, please, please. I have been doing commercials since I was 14, which is 104 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And this is what happens. You
Yeah.
get it or you don't get it, but it's no big deal. It's just you go on to the next thing. So I said, as a matter of fact, I've just written this treatment for something called Now What? And it's about this outrageous older woman, kind of like an Auntie Mame or a Patsy character, or certainly similar to the style of the Hacks, but warmer. And her very straight daughter, granddaughter, very straight daughter, and then the very straight granddaughter of that daughter.
Yes.
And so we sat down in the backyard here, and there are 4 generations. There's Viv, who's 15. There's our writer, Wesley Leckler, who just won another award for comedy writing, very dark, very wonderful comedy. And myself and Jean. So you got every decade plus 4 women saying, well, but that's hysterical. Let's put this in.
Right.
And of course, Viv speaks the language of her generation. So when you see that clip that we were putting on TikTok, she said, okay, put on your glasses, go like this and say the library is open. And I said, why would I say that? Because that's
Yeah,
what
she
they
get your
said.
what? Yeah,
The
exactly.
library's open. I went,
It's time to read.
it's funny.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
It's nice, huh? So everybody is working so concentratedly, so together. The script is awesome. Oh, I had a very interesting thing since I talked to you.
Yes.
David Greenwald, who is the guy who wrote Buffy the Vampire Slayer and
Love
Grimm,
it.
he read the script and he called me up and he said, Maralyn, you busy? Of course, I was in the middle of the drugstore, but I immediately, because it's David, go, oh no, I'm fine. And he said, I got to tell you, I laughed out loud. This script is fabulous. I absolutely loved every minute of it. It's so good. I went,
Oh, that's wonderful.
wow. So we're still raising money and we're still hoping to film July 15th. And you got to work around Viv's school schedule.
Of
And
course.
we did get nonprofit status from Women in Film. Awesome.
I saw that on your deck. That is
Yeah,
wonderful news. And on your GoFundMe. So that's
because
incredible.
anybody who donates, and we've had donations from my yoga students, my
Mhm.
hairdresser, really good friends, and anything from $25 to $5,000. People who just went, oh, thank God, I can't
Beautiful.
wait to watch something like this. Yay.
I'm absolutely looking forward to it. Just from everything you've told me about your character to your co-star's character. In particular, I of course noticed her Catholic schoolgirl uniform.
If you read the script, you'd be going, yes. It's
I've been in particular excited about that part of the plot. On your deck, I saw that uh, the character has a bad night and didn't sleep very well. Goes to her first day at Catholic school and tells one of the nuns or the priest to shove it or
Well, we shan't divulge too much, but she definitely held her own. And of course, because
yes,
she's the super straight daughter of the supposedly wacky grandmother, the grandmother's thrilled. Hold your
of
own.
course.
Don't take that shit, which was lovely, which was a really good thing. And we just signed John O'Hurley, who played the boss in Seinfeld. He played Julia Louis-Dreyfus's boss.
Oh, love him.
So we have John O'Hurley, we have Harry Zinn, who was in, oh gosh, the movie that Jeff Bridges was in that won the Academy Award. Remember in a minute. And
So many of them.
yes, exactly. But the one that won the Academy Award. And Harry Zinn's in that, and Barbara Goodson, who is in The Boy and the Heron,
Mhm.
which just won an Academy Award for best animated feature. So there are
Amazing.
really good, strong, smart actors committed to this at a level that's fabulous. And
Oh,
that's, yeah.
I'm definitely impressed with our conversation that we had last week and just how enthusiastic you are about this. And I've noticed, other people commenting on your posts about it, all the donations coming in, and
Hmm.
it does seem like it's going to be something that's going to span through different generations and open up larger conversations that people just have
Hmm.
stopped having.
Hmm. They did
You
stop
know?
having. And what happens is you cease to talk to your parents because they're in your way of where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then you realize as you get a tad older or wiser, or life hits you in the head with a few two by fours, that perhaps they did have something to say. Perhaps there was something interesting. Perhaps they could, somewhere in your DNA, have given you a way of coping with something that otherwise might have knocked you on your ass. So we raised the first $21,000 on our own, and then realized that we needed GoFundMe. We needed to
Right.
have it in a broader place so that people would say, oh, oh, this is great. I'd love to do that. That's really fun. And fun, what happened to fun? Why has everything got guns in it? Why is everybody so bloody crabby all the time? Well, let's give them an antidote. Let's make it now what? So we're moving along hoping for every single time.
So you're starting July 15th.
Yes.
In my notes I had July 1st. Did that move at some
No,
point or just
no, well, it moved from last January.
okay? I mean,
It moves until
I
you get the money, but July 15th
exactly.
is the killer standoff date. We really want to do it. Viv's out of school. These are funny,
Mhm.
like mom things. Viv's out of school,
Right.
and John Hurley lives locally, and he's really busy all over the place until those 3 dates in July. Right, and Harry's in fabulous, and Crazy Heart. That's the name of the movie he was in. Haha.
Oh,
That
yeah.
came back. And
Incredible.
I think Tobias's movie comes out. I hope it does. And this type of character, when you go from being the girl next door, and then you go to be the mom next door, and
Yes.
then you're the nosy neighbor. I mean, this has been my career. My entire career is somebody who's a little quirkier. And then when I auditioned for Ghost, I didn't know who they were because they didn't tell me.
Oh, I'm shocked that you would
They
not
didn't
know
tell
anything
me.
about the role or who was casting you.
That wasn't, and it's not my venue. I mean, I'm a classical music person, whatever. In fact, Wesley, our writer, Wesley Lecter, who's so amazing, she got engaged to a friend of mine who is a marvelous music guy. I mean, just knows everything, has a degree in music and sociology. He's really amazing. Created a new program called Muse that you can get online that teaches you how to play music without having to go na 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 na
Oh,
na.
that's beautiful.
And I said to Patrick, could you listen to this music for me, please? And tell me what it is. Tell me. And he said, this is some of the most musically well constructed, soundly done product. I think he called it product that I've ever heard. This guy is great. And I
And
went,
this is
oh,
Ghost.
okay, yeah.
Wow.
So when I talked to Tobias when we were filming in New York, and I said, the music is extraordinary. I, of course, loved Impera because that's when I came on with Ghost. I guess that's 3 years ago. Seems like that.
Wow, that time has flown actually.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I listened to, oh gosh, what was my favorite? Now, keep in mind where we were when we were recording those
Mhm.
shows, which I can't actually tell you about because you'll probably find out anyway. But oh wow, that sound in that environment was amazing. This kid has captured all the rock and roll, all the stuff that we grew up with. Everybody from Foreigner to Led Zeppelin to whatever else, it was there. I thought, wow,
Absolutely.
yeah, amazing stuff. So lots of rebirths. It ain't over till it ain't over.
No. And then now what? Just kidding.
Yeah. Now what is a marvelous extension of Sister Imperator because Sister Imperator knows everything. She runs the clergy. Of course, she knows everything. So of
Oh,
course,
she is
she
the
does.
queen bee.
Yeah, she is really fun to play and really fun again to improv with, Tobias go, well, how about if we did this? And I said, how about, okay, but if we added this part, and now you are talking to the head of the pyramid. And I'm like over here on the far edge of the pyramid.
Sure.
And I said, "Well, how about if we said this?" I said, would it be okay if I offered a suggestion? And he said, absolutely. He said, how about if we did this here? Because then it would be ta-da-da, which is what you learn in comedy.
Exactly.
So if you've ever been to a comedy class, run away because you either know how to be funny or you don't.
It's right.
Or your
So
timing's there or it went to New Jersey. I mean, whatever. Didn't go.
it sounds like you have put quite a bit of thought into the Sister Imperator character because you sounds like you have some room to improv and to flesh that out a bit. I know she exists within the confines of, ghost lore, but I was wondering if you what kind of hobbies would she have? What kind of art would she be into? What kind of music would she listen to? I'm asking because, as you know, you've already received a lot of fan mail, but there are a lot of artists in the ghost fandom that love creating their own extra scenes from the chapters,
Oh,
I guess. And,
fun.
like having the red heels and the soccer
Oh,
ball and just things
that
like
was
that.
interesting.
Little extras. Is
Yeah.
there anything that you envision Sister Imperator doing?
Well, she's quite she's kind of a cross between a nun played by Rosalind Russell in an old Haley Mills movie, where
Google.
yeah, very on it, yeah, very on it and very together, but she certainly knows the other side. Like you don't quite
Yes.
know where she came from, so she knows the other side. What was she doing on the other side? I
Right.
bet she still does it when she wants to,
Yeah.
because she's one legend clergy. So perhaps she could do it over here, or
Mhm.
maybe yeah. It's really very fun, and obviously she's wildly creative and she's very athletic. Anybody who's going to run down a hall in a mausoleum,
Mhm.
5-inch high shoes with a soccer ball, hey, go for it. You're going to pick up a new thing. And then there's, handball because you can wing it off the side of the wall. I'm very athletic, so I'm assuming that she would be very athletic, but
Yes.
she'd love to dance because I love to dance. So it's, and the big, huge hallways, those things take place in.
Oh,
Lots of
beautiful hallways.
dead people in the walls. So you can go wherever you want. And sometimes when we're filming, he'll say, can you start here? And I look over and there's a little plaque. And they go, okay, so I'm going to start at Marjorie and I'm going to end
Oh,
at Alice. And he went, what? I said, look, right here,
put
the
it on
little
the
plaque.
wall. Yeah.
Yeah, Marjorie left the planet in 1942. She's still there. And I go over here. So those type of things, and she probably would play with wardrobe because sooner or later, the Donna Karan Black Label jumper and the black turtleneck might be replaced by something flashy. Maybe she wants a little flash. She's
I
probably an
mean,
online shopper.
not to speak poorly of the previous Sister Imperator images, but there was definitely a major glow up
Oh,
when
I
you came
know.
in.
Oh,
We
I
had the
see.
red, yeah, glow up. We had the red heels. We had the red lipstick. We had some lashes. Like, girl, she
Thank you.
she finally came
My,
into her own.
my makeup artist, whose name is Seville, is just amazing. And when I got there, the first time we met, she didn't know how to do hair, so the hair just looked back like this. I was like, okay, I
Right.
can do that. I can do that. So a lot of curly hair here, but it was like that. And then she said, well, how about if we do this? And how about if we do that part? And so we're playing with it all, right? And we're
Mhm.
moving it around. So the first time, let me put this back up or it'll be in my way the whole time. We were more true to the brown everything.
Right.
And then I forget where we were filming the next time. Oh, the first one we go, I had his balls. This was filmed in the dining room where we are now. And
I
I
love
did
it.
my makeup and I had no idea because we had the fake mask thing over my nose. I hadn't actually watched all of the videos. I didn't really know very much about it.
They wouldn't have
Uh,
made sense at that point anyway.
yeah, because when you've been in the business since you were 14, as I have, you have auditioned for 1,001 things.
Right.
It means out of 1,001, if you were really lucky, you got 100. If you got 10, you're also okay. That's why people go, oh, I'm going to audition, you're going to work. Everything is work. It's all work. And you better show up prepared and on it. And in the case of Ghost, prepared, on it, and then throw it away and do it and do it. Which is great. I mean,
Yes.
the two women who manage him, Jen and Kristen, they are on it, man. They're just, whoa, we're going this way, whoa, we're going that way. And I thought, wow, that's just flipping awesome. And then Adam and Todd and Sarah at Loma Vista, they really were my guides for a lot of,
Good.
especially Adam in the beginning, because we'd get on the phone and we talked for half an hour or so. And he said, I said, I speak 3 languages. Do you need those other pieces of that? He goes, no, but Tobias will like that. I still, at this point, don't know who Tobias is because, of course, what you learn in auditioning is you do the audition, you pick up the piece of paper, and you throw it away until they
Yes.
call you. And then you learn something about it. So I had modeled her on a very famous evangelist called Amy Semple McPherson, who was, oh God, infamous in her day, continues to be infamous actually, and has a great reputation as an evangelist who is also a very bad girl and behaved very badly with a lot of people and did a lot of bad things. I love her.
I was gonna
So
say we love that. Yeah.
yeah, so I'll just use my Amy Semple McPherson style and then you will get to it. It's like, oh, that was fun. That's just smart.
There's a lot of passion behind the character, and I can see it's not the same character as Vera whatsoever, but I see that passion in you coming forward again in this new character that you've developed. And I'm just so happy to see where this goes, especially with you having there's an all-female cast, all-female production crew as well,
Mhm,
right?
mhm. Yep. We are
That's wonderful.
desperately looking for the right director because, as you saw on the deck, we are
Mhm.
really well backed up. We have Jennifer Warren, who won an Academy Award and is head of the Alliance of Women Directors. We have Mary Lou Belli, who has won a million Emmys. And one of the most important things for me is that she also won the Tom Bradley Award for working with abused children.
Oh,
She
wow.
understands a lot of different things at a lot of different levels, as does Jennifer. So those people, and we have Susan Bridges. Susan Bridges is amazing. Like if you can stay married to a movie star for 43 years
You're
alone,
right.
but she's so talented and her photography shows are amazing. And she said, I'll be your executive producer. It's like, great. But still, you have to go and get the money, which means you have to constantly, you're saying, thank you, whatever you can give. And it's true. It's like
Mhm.
buying Girl Scout cookies. Just give whatever you can give because it's a good effort. And we are
Oh,
making a big
absolutely.
effort to make it happen.
And what's nice is, even though people might not be on set, they might not be helping with the writing, they've contributed in some way just by donating to GoFundMe,
Yeah.
or spreading the word on the new project. And so that's why I wanted to bring you here
Okay.
today to talk about this. It, when you finally opened up your Instagram profile, and I went,
Yeah, she is.
she accepted my friend's request. Wow.
You
Like
know,
a year later. Uh,
VK Lynn said to me, I love her work. She's just amazing. And she had a band called Spider Accomplice, and then she's just gone out on her own, and her stuff is
oh,
amazing.
beautiful music.
Isn't it? Awesome. And so
Beautiful.
she said to me, well, you're gonna have to open up your Instagram account.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't know how to do that.
I'm here to help. We're all here to help you.
Exactly. I don't know. I said, oh, it's like, and if I do that, what happens? And I did that just after talking, or just before talking to her. She walked me through what I needed to do. I think it was VK, and there you were. So that was a gift off the
Yeah.
top.
Oh,
And
thank
all
you.
of a sudden, people were going, wow, wow, wow! I watched your reel, and that's great. And if just even 20 of them all gave $50, it would be
Yes.
a next step forward. We really need to bring it forward to show that we believe in it, because there's something called upfront, and that's when you make a show and then you take it to the studios and they immediately replace everybody and they buy it from you. That's not what
Mm.
we want to take what we've created with a whole new generation of kids. Not so much for me, but Vera is is a fostering person. She wants you, she's like an Auntie Mame, and she wants you to do better. And she wants you to have the opportunity. And I really want that for Wesley, and I want it for Viv, and I want it for all of us, all the women who want to go forward in a way that says the road's a little more clear now. Like a Zamboni.
Yes. Yes. We need more trailblazers and people that are, women, other women that are setting that up,
Mhm.
for the upcoming generations. So that's why I feel like this show is going to be so important. And I am just so honored that you took the time to sit down with me today and talk about it.
Thank
And you
you.
just look absolutely gorgeous for anyone that's tuning in on the actual like video podcasts. You look absolutely stunning. So
Thank you.
just really appreciate your time today.
More than welcome. It was really delightful to be able to talk about now what?
Now
And
what?
talk about the generosity and the intelligence of the people with Ghost, and the generosity and intelligence of the Alliance of Women Directors, and Mary Lou, Bella, and people who've got it, and getting nonprofit status with the women in film meant that people went, oh, I can give you $1,000 and I get so and
Right.
so credit back, which is knowing that, and all your friends who get it, they got your back, and that's wonderful. And isn't that what you want? Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
if more friends, it's not going to hurt anybody. It's going to be a joyful thing.
that's true. If you have good friends, you have everything, right? You have family,
Yep.
supporters,
Yep.
everything. Now, if people would like to learn more about your new project, donate to the project, how can they find you, and where can they find these links and connections?
GoFundMe. Go look to GoFundMe. Tell now what TV series.
So people can also find you on Instagram, right? Or do you prefer Facebook?
Uh, Facebook and Instagram. I look at them both. Instagram right now seems to be the venue for what happens next for GoFundMe, but really, anybody who comes to me is going straight there.
And I noticed you do have the links in your bio as well, so people can find them there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, good.
Yeah, we've shot, I think, 5 or 6 of those little clips that you saw that we were
Mhm.
going to put on TikTok before we begin filming. And we have Karen Snyder, amazing, amazing, multiple Emmy-winning, BAFTA-winning editor, putting it together for us. So we are hoping that we will be able to hit the pilot festivals starting maybe September, October. Of course, if
Okay.
she this, she'll probably say to me, "What?" But
Get to
yeah,
push through, right?
yeah. Oh boy, I mean, she is so amazing. She's married to Michael Schultz, who is the also an amazing editor, and he was a technical director for Chris Rock. So it's when people come behind you and they get
Mhm.
it, and you say, "This is what I need," and they show up, amazing.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's really great stuff. And you are doing this one marvelous new podcast, which I think is great. Any chance I get to slam any type of solid religious institution makes me happy.
Yeah, people, you're so cute for bringing it up. People go, why the nun thing? And I said, it's not necessarily church chat with the church lady, because she was very, very judgmental. So I
Yeah,
want it to be the
funny.
opposite of there's this curious nun that just wants to talk to people and learn from people. And wouldn't it be nice if we had more conversations and opportunities like that? So that's where
Mm-hmm.
the little outfit and the name comes
Mm-hmm.
in there. I appreciate you playing along. I was gonna bring out the flask and the fake cigarette, and pour
Well,
one out
the
for the
cigarette can
homies
be
while we talked. But
fake, but the flask shouldn't be. Oh, guess what? Tito's
yes,
Vodka is sponsoring us. Isn't that awesome?
are we doing the shoot, by the way? Are we gonna put some Tito's in there and
Totally.
okay, good.
They're sponsoring me, and Vera, she's not a drunk, but she's just somebody. One of the things I explained to somebody years ago is I have one martini, one, see, like this one, and
Yes.
after it's done, I just pour water in it because people drink too much. I don't.
Yes.
I drink one. So I'm really happy with my one. And when my one is done, you put water in the glass, and then everybody goes, "Oh, aren't you going to drink anything?" Yeah, I am. I'm going to have my.
This whole time, darling. Yes.
Exactly. Also, when you spill it yourself, you don't have to go to the dry cleaner. Just
Mhm,
say.
yeah. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for when I'm out and
Mhm.
about.
I'm just a one drink girl. Put up, done, happy, because then you get your little bit of soft at the end of the day, and then you can win when you're playing Scrabble. My husband's a ferocious Scrabble player. Isn't that funny?
That's adorable. See, I've already learned so much from you about having just one martini,
Mhm.
for instance. So I feel
Mhm.
like there's gonna be so much more that we're gonna also learn from your character on your new
Yeah,
show, and like I said, I'm really excited about this. Just having
thank you.
these kinda
Thank
talks.
Yeah, she's being able to bring Vera forward into a way that embraces everyone. So when you have time with your grandmother, you learn more from her than you do from your mother, because your mother still has that level of responsibility of holding this line.
Yes.
Whereas when you are talking to your grandchild and it's, sure, let's eat cookies for dinner, let's have that. And you're doing lighter things because there's no societal sitting on top of you. And I think that is one of the things that I also enjoy about Ghost is that Tobias he moves to his own drummer. And
Mhm.
his drummer, we had a big long talk about religion one day when we were filming out in Malibu. And you're sitting beside each other for ages waiting for them to get the shot ready. And I did study all sorts of different theology for a while. And we were talking about the game. This is how it goes to me. In the first place, I speak other languages. But if I translate something from this language to this language, it's not the same. It'll never be
Right.
exactly the same.
Never.
So imagine you're translating from Aramaic or whatever language it is, and then you put it into a book. And then there are 22 different versions of the Bible at the moment. And then
Yes.
one of them is King James Bible. And King James was a raging misogynist. He was Queen Mary's son. She hated him. He hated her. She gets her head chopped off, and he rewrites all the Bibles with no women in them.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you. So what is that? So and Tobias is looking at me like, I didn't know you knew that. And why would I know he knew that? We get to see each other maybe for 20 minutes at every shoot.
I'm sure he
And
was impressed by that though,
I don't
because
know.
that's what a lot of the music is about is the hypocrisy
Yes,
in
it's
theology
sad.
and
Very
religion.
sad, but very genuine. So imagine you're playing this game where you say, Tobias is great. And you go all the way around the table. It used to be called
Right.
the telephone game, I think it was.
Telephone game. Mhm.
And you go all the way around the table. By the time you get to the other end, you've got, the devil is something. You
Yeah.
you can't ever translate cleanly from one thing to the other. Look at Google Translate and how many boo-boos you'll have there. I mean, ew.
I've
So
been a victim of that, so yeah, I can attest to it.
yes, exactly. Hi, I'll see you later means hi, go stick a finger in your whoa. It's wrong. The combo platter.
You're amazing. I'm so honored that you took the time to sit and talk with me again. I really enjoy our conversations,
Thank you. I'm looking
and
forward to this, to hearing this, to seeing this. I don't know what you're doing with it next, but I'm sure it's a quality and intelligent thing because quality and intelligent women rise to the top.
we're
That's
all
just
going to stick together in this. All right. Well, for our listeners, like I said earlier, please visit Marilyn's Instagram. It's Maralyn Facey, and on there you can find her GoFundMe campaign and her links, and also the deck for Now What, her upcoming project, shooting July 15th.
amen.
Amen,
With
sister.
your mouth